This screencast is going to go over some basics of Safari. You can see Safari in my set of apps is right below the photos, just to the left of the 103 section sign, or it's also in my DocStation holder right next to my notes. So I'm going to get it and I'm going to open that. And when I open that, it's going to come up with the most recent website that I had. And here I was just kind of looking at some articles to put into our course. So I have one on multitasking on your iPad. So I'm going to just briefly go through and I'm going to read some of this here. You can see the blue stuff is links, and I can click, and that'll take me down to that particular section. And so I can keep scrolling down. Here it says something about tap the app library, so I can go ahead and I can click on that, and it's going to open up that website now. Now, in the top left-hand corner, I can use that back button, and I can get back to that website that I was previously on. If I wanted to go back to the app library, I can hit the forward button, and it would take me back to where I wanted to go there. So I can read this article, blah, blah, blah. Now, I'm all the way down at the bottom of the screen, and I want to get all the way back up to the top. So where it says supportapple.com, I can click there, and above the address bar, I can click, and it's going to scroll me all the way back up to the top. That's going to be available in almost all the apps that we have. I show it in Safari just because you may use that a little bit more in Safari than some of the other apps that we might be looking at. So what you can also notice there is on the left-hand side, there's an arrow, one to the left and one to the right. If I click the left arrow, it'll take me back to that web page that I was on previously. Now, just to the right of those arrows, you see a lowercase a and an uppercase A. I can click on that, and I can make this larger. So I can make the font a little bit larger, and so I can just click that uppercase A, and notice it's 125% now, going to 150%. To make it smaller, I click the lower A to go back down to the 100%. So that's a great feature to have there. To the right of the address bar, I have the Action Up button. And so when I click that Action Up button, what I can do is I can airdrop that, and I'll talk about airdrop later on in the course. I can add this to my notes, and then I have the More section. When I click the More section, I could edit those and I could take those away if I didn't want airdrop or notes. So if you don't want students to be airdropping things back and forth from each other, you can have that taken off. I also have the copy button, so I can copy this and I can put it somewhere if I wanted to, email it to somebody. I could add this as a bookmark. So when I do that, I'm going to click on that bookmark there, and it's one of my favorites. And so the trick that I like to do here is where you see the address where it says on your iPad Apple support, I can hit the X there, and I can say multitasking. And so that's all I need on there so that I know that that's the particular app that I'm going to get. And so when I hit save, you can see now right below my plus sign, I have my bookmarks bar. And so multitasking is one of the options that I have there. So again, I'm going to hit that Action Up button. I can find a word on the page if I wanted to. The Add to Home screen is great for students if you want them to read a particular article. I can go and I can hit this Add to Home screen. Again, I can change the name of it if I wanted to. And I'm just going to say multitasking. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to hit add. And what it does is, see where the apple is now, right next to the Canvas Teacher app? It's added that. So now when I click on that, it's kind of like a shortcut on my desktop. So it kind of becomes a part of like a quote-unquote app, if you want to call it. And so the other thing that I can do is I can mark this up if I wanted to, or I could print it. When I mark this up, there we go. I have the pencil now in the bottom left-hand corner, and it gives me all those features, so I can start to showcase some things. Why it's not doing it, I'm not sure. Let's try the highlighter. It doesn't want to work. I'm not sure why that doesn't want to work. So that's the Action Up button. Next to the Action Up button is the plus button. And so when I click on that, that gives me a second tab. You can see that some of my favorites are there. And so those are all the favorites that I have on my address bar. So if I wanted to, I can click on one of those and I could kind of see what's going on. So I'll click on the big G for green screen. Oh, that file is no longer found, so I could probably delete that eventually. So I can hit the plus again, and I can just use my address bar as a search. I'm a big Phillies fan, so I'm going to search for Phillies. And I can go to the website right there, and I can check out all the things that Philadelphia Phillies. So now I have two tabs opened. You can see I have the multitasking tab and the Phillies tab. I can change the order of those by simply clicking and holding one and just dragging it, and it replaces that. Some people like to have tabs in specific orders. The other thing I can do is I can do a multi-window. So I can do a kind of a split screen. So I want to see the Phillies, and I also want to see that multitasking. So I'm going to take and I'm going to hold the Phillies site, and you can see that I could copy that. I could move it to a tab group. I could arrange tabs. I could close other tabs. So that's one thing that I could do, and I clicked and held. Now I'm going to click and drag, and notice that it kind of puts that in a multi-window over there. So now I can see side by side what's going on, and I can move this. I can maneuver it just like I would anything else on there. Now, above the address bar, there's the three dots. So when I click on those three dots there, right now the window that it's telling me is that that's a little window, and I have a bigger window over on the right-hand side. The next option is a split screen. So I can go ahead and I can do that split screen. And so now it's going to put both of those side by side. And there's a little bar right there that I can make one bigger or larger if I wanted to. And so that's a great feature that you can do. If I click those three dots again, I can go back and I can put those back on full screen. But notice my website on the Phillies went back by itself. So how do I get all that other website back up as well? So now you see the little, I call it a waffle in Google. I'll call it a waffle here. It's the 4 squares there. When I click on that, I clicked one time. What I can do here is I can X out of that tab if I want to. I'm going to hit done just because. I'm going to click and hold this down now. And one of the options that I have is that I can merge all windows. So I'm going to scroll down and I'm going to click that. And notice my multitasking came back. So again, click and hold this. I can go to a new tab if I wanted to. I can merge all my windows. We can look at doing some tab grouping, and I can close both tabs if I wanted to. And so there you have Safari kind of in a nutshell. Play around with it, see what you can do. We're going to revisit that multitasking, those three dots above the address bar. We're going to revisit that in another module. So good luck with Safari.